Rig, spinnaker, pole, and spinnaker. Once done, prep work is vetted by a second crew member.
To deploy the spin halyard, grab the spin halyard clutch down here and unclutch it so that this will move freely. And then I'm going to grab a hold of the spin halyard and pull it down a bit. It's really obnoxious if you sky one of these, so anytime you get a halyard, you want to have some extra slack in it so that if I let go of it, it falls down and it doesn't go up in the air. And then I want to hold on to it with my hands because losing these is obnoxious. Now what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to walk it around outside, make sure I go outside of these shrouds. These shrouds, yeah, I have to go outside the shrouds, and I go outside the spreader up there too. And I come over here. I don't want to be messed up on the wrong side of the spreader. I want to be outside of everything. And then I'm going to pull it down and attach it to the same place where the two spin lines are. And I'm just going to leave it there. So they're all three attached in one spot, which is convenient because all three of these will eventually transfer onto the spinnaker sail itself, and they're all in one spot.
Okay, so it's time for the pole.
All right, the first thing to be aware of when we're pulling the pole out is that it's long, it's hard, it's got sharp things on it, and it'll really hurt someone if it hits them. Usually when we're pulling it out, there's a whole bunch of crew behind me. On this boat, there's no one. But so when I pull the pole out, I'm gonna say, pole coming out. I'm gonna say that backwards, pole coming out. And for me personally, I'm gonna look backwards and I'm gonna make sure every single one of those crew members heard me, saw me, and has the pole just ends up being parallel to the rail, parallel to
on the starboard side.
On the starboard side of the boat. It's sitting over here. Now, I'll just pick up this pole by one of these. There's two of these guys.
The bridle.
Yeah, two bridles. And if you pick up one of them and just hold it like that, it might work. If you pick up the other, it might not. In this case, I'm gonna pick it up here, and you can see that the jaw is pointing down. And I don't like that. I want the jaw pointed up. So I'm gonna try the other bridle. I'm gonna hold the other bridle. And now the jaw is upwards, which is good. That's how.
And those lines are crossed. You have to.
The bridles often get crossed, and so this is why I always pick it up to make sure it's all straightened up. I'm gonna fiddle with them until I've got a pole like this. It's a nice long diamond. I've got my jaw pointed up. The jaw at the other end will also point up because they're the same orientation.
Yeah.
And you can see now I'm holding it, and I've got the up haul. The topping lift will be attached to the upper bridle. The down haul will be attached to the lower bridle, and the whole boom, when we're using it, will be sitting out here in the air. The far end will be attached to one clew of the spinnaker, the big triangle that's out there, and the near end will attach to the boom on this ring. That's the way it'll work. But first, I want to attach my topping lift and my downhaul. Okay, so now we're going to attach. This is the pole. Still, I like to hold it in the air so I can see that the bridles are not tangled with anything. I'm going to attach the downhaul shackle to the lower bridle. I'll do that right now. The downhaul shackle attaches to the lower bridle. And then I'm going to attach the topping lift to the upper bridle. Now the topping lift happens to sit on the same mast ring that the spinnaker halyard was attached to. So I'll detach it, pull it down, and attach it to the upper bridle. Having done that, I will once more lift it up. You may think I'm anal, and perhaps I am, but I don't like to have these things messed up. And it sure looks like I messed it up. I don't know if you can see, but these lines are crossed here. Yeah, that's no good at all. I don't like that. So I don't like the way that's looking. So I'm just gonna detach one of these shackles and untangle it and try it again. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it until you get it right. Okay, and now I'm gonna lift it up again. Let's try it once more. I'm lifting it up again. It's looking a little better. I still got this on the wrong side, the downhaul, so we'll move that over. This is constantly happening. And this is important. When you're good at it, you'll get it right on the first try. And if not, you'll get it wrong on the first try, and that's cool. The most crucial thing of setting up the spinnaker, and we'll do this again once we set it up, is to walk through everything and make sure it's all good. But now I'm happy. If I lift up the topping lift, I've got a nice diamond shape of the two bridles. I've got my downhaul here my topping lift here, and I can pull it up and down. That's a nice topping lift. Jaws are facing up. Then I'm gonna set it down on the deck. And I wanna keep it from going anywhere. To keep it from going anywhere, I'm just gonna open the jaw and attach it to the shroud. Now it can't fall off. And in fact, this topping lift is just gonna be in everyone's way. There's just no question about it. Everyone's gonna be obnoxious, but annoyed with it, especially when we're tacking and these jib sheets are trying to get through it. So I'm gonna run it down the shroud and into this jaw. And I'm gonna feed it through the jaw. And then that way, the topping lift is sitting over here and it runs up the shroud. It's out of the way. It's not gonna be in anyone's way. Everyone's happy. The forward end, the forward jaw is gonna bite through.
Yeah, let me,
Yeah, switch spots. Remember this pole is gonna be out in the middle of the air out there, attached to the lower corner of the spinnaker. And this guy line is gonna go through the end of the pole. The pole is what keeps the guy line out there, and that's what keeps the spinnaker out there, because the right side will be upwind, and a sail will not naturally stay upwind of the boat unless you push it out there with a pole. So in order to have this attached, it has to go through the jaw. So I open the jaw and bite it in. There's a number of ways to open the jaw. You can grab this piece of metal and just open it like that. You can also grab this rope and open it like that. Or you can grab the rope towards the middle and pull the rope away, and that'll open both jaws at both ends simultaneously. The bridle has a little loop so that this line can go right through that loop and get
oh, so it's like going between the legs of the bridle loop?
Yep, it's supposed to. Yeah, that's where it wants to live.
Great.
Yep.
And it looks like, lift it up again, because it looks like the down part of the bridle also has 2 legs.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, it has 2 legs.
Yeah.
That's just the way they're set up. But on this side, there's no line to. Sure. So when we deploy it, I'll lift up the pole. Well, this should be fit through. When we deploy the pole, it'll get lifted up and it'll swing out and it'll go up there into the air.
Great. Do you have to worry about between the pole and the jib sheet getting stuck or not?
Yes, you do. It's a good question. What about these jib sheets? There's a whole lot of lines down here and we don't want them in the way. So, you know, what's the story with these jib sheets, and are they gonna be in the way? So the way I think about that is, when we are about to fly the spinnaker, we will be coming down on a starboard tack. The wind's coming from over here, the main's on the port side, the jib is on the port side, and the spinnaker will be deployed leeward of the jib, because that way the wind isn't catching it and it can move freely and easily and it doesn't catch prematurely, and you have control over when it inflates. So the jib will be over here on the right, on my right, on your left, on the port side of the boat, and both sheets will be over there as well, because that's what'll happen when the jib is out there, right? The clew of the jib will be over here somewhere, and both these sheets will be over there. So if you put these sheets over on the port side of the boat, because that's where they're gonna be, then when I deploy this boom, it's fine, it's very happy. It's not getting entangled with those jib sheets. If, on the other hand, you know, one of these jib sheets were on the other side of these lines, then we'd be unhappy. So I usually check that as part of my final walkthrough. If the jib sheets are over there, can the pole come up in the air cleanly? The answer is yes, then I'm happy. And then I'll set it back down,